Hello and welcome. In this quick video I will show you something special. This will be the ultimate resource guide. Not only will I show you the best locations for each resource, but also the most easy location just like this. And no need to worry, I will not waste your time with stone or wood or anything like that. But every single important resource like metal, pearls, oil, honey, and all the aberration exclusives will be in this video. So for that, make sure to check the timestamps in the description and also in the pinned comment. So let's get started. If I told you there actually is element ore to be found in the green zone, you probably tell me you're full of it. But honestly, trust me, this is pretty crazy. I did check all over YouTube and no one seems to show this, but there actually is element ore in the green zone. There is a hidden cave and I will show you how to get there. Yes, this is 100% no joke and you will see this in just a moment. But even if you give you the coordinates, you probably will not find it, it's that hidden. But I will quickly show you how to get there with healing. So, to be able to find this cave, what you want to do is you want to go to these coordinates first. So this is close to the fertile lake at 2450. Then, if you know how to use healing, you can basically climb this wall, right? So you have this bridge and then you have this wall. Then you want to climb this rock. So we have a healing here as an example. So the location for this would be at 2453. You need to do all of this because the cave is actually very high up and you need the height advantage. Then you even need to go higher. So the exact location for this would be at the screen right now. So from here I will show you how to get to this cave. So in this example we have a healing right over here and you want to aim for this direction on the map right now. 23.6, 53.3. And you will see how amazing this is in just a moment. So let's get into it. So you see this big wall in the distance and then you have this ledge. So if you do another dash to get the height advantage, you want to go here and ledge this wall just like so. Then press spacebar, dash to go higher and repeat the process a couple times until you're up here. Then in the distance you will see this glowing bit. So the location for this would be on the screen right now. And then you want to just jump a couple times until you see this grass bit. And you can actually, as you can see, fly inside just like so. So you have the hole in the distance right there. Then if you continue along this way, now we are getting very close. You can already see how much of a secret this is. It is pretty crazy. And when doing this, you might want to toggle your sprint so you're not going too fast. Right? And then you want to go inside of this crystal just like so. And you will see that there's element ore right here. But this is just the beginning. And just to show you that this is actually element ore. So you can see like 3 rocks here. So element ore right inside of the green zone, as you can see. So let's continue to show you how much is really here. It is pretty crazy. So I'm just gonna quickly show this in creative mode, otherwise this video is taking too long. So this is how you enter. You can see already element ore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a lot of element ore, and this is not everything of course. You can see healing here. So in this location there's probably about 20 rocks, so a pretty good location, safe in the green zone. Now for silica pearls, starting with a very beginner friendly area, what you want to do is you want to come to this location, and these are pearls that you can just pick up by hand. So the location is on the screen right now, 2651. From here you just want to go follow this waterfall all the way up, right? So there's a path leading up here. And just before you reach the top, so if you go a little bit further, you will see this is the end, right? So we're not going to go there. We're going to drop down here. So the exact location would be 47.5. So if you go down here, you will see straight away, you will see pearls. So if you pick this up, of course, you will get pearls. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is just the beginning. I will quickly put on the flippers. So if you just follow, the path leading down, you will see there's actually quite a lot of pearls if you just follow, the waterfall down. That's basically the idea. Of course, the visibility is very poor, but as you can see, a very big patch of pearls, and this is just the beginning. I will also show you an amazing spot how to get them with the angler in just a moment. For the landmarks, as you can see, we are in the fertile lake, and on front of us you see this big pillar in the middle. Location on the map is at 2236, give or take, and if you go down from here, you can already see a bunch of pearls. They are very hard to see, this is pearls obviously. So what you can do, pro tip by the way, is you could just place down a cryofridge. Alright, so let's do this out of creative. You can place down a cryofridge, place a charge battery inside, just like so. Then you might have to wait a little bit. Okay, so what you then can do is just simply throw out your angler. You could also use a fishing basket, right? But currently it seems to be bugged, but a fishing basket also would allow you to transport the angler from the blue zone all the way to the green zone. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of pearls here. You just really have to look for it, if that makes sense. And you do not even need scuba technically, because this is not deep, right? So just go along the ledge where you see the coordinates and you will find a lot of pearls. So to get a lot of element on Aberration, you have two options. The first one is you can just simply craft element, but now in ASA they added a new option which I will show you first. So you can now get element by defeating the Gamma, Beta and Alpha Rockwell, and I will quickly show you how much element you get for each one. So defeating Gamma boss will reward you with, let's have a look. So once you go to the crate, you will see that we get 40 element and the trophy, just like that. So put it in your inventory and you're done. Okay, so for defeating the Beta Rockwell, super legit. Let's have a quick look at the rewards. So you need to go to this crate, right in front of the boss. So for Beta Rockwell you get the trophy obviously and 110 elements, not too bad. Shoot them in the face. Okay. So after we defeated the Alpha Rockwell, you obviously get the Alpha trophy, and if you take a look in the supply crate, let's have a look. We get another trophy and then you get the 220 elements. Not bad, not bad. Now for the next option is actually crafting or making elements. You need to find one of these charge nodes located on the screen right now, and then you just need to put all the resources inside. So this might seem like a lot of work, but honestly, if you know what you're doing, you can actually make a couple hundred element every hour by just simply crafting it. Because all these resources, you can easily farm them in bulk, and all of these resources will also be in this video. So you need to wait about 30 seconds for the element to craft. Once completed, you will get 3 elements. So green gems are pretty straightforward, so I will keep this short, but at the same time explain you everything what you need to know. So right over here you have green gems, and a little bit further there's even more green gems. So the location for this is at 5124, and this is very close to the portal spawn. So if you do not know what to do, you can find green gems the best way with a pickaxe. So this will reward you with the most green gems possible. However, if you want to use a tame, the Anki will be your best friend. Simply put all the points in melee, and this will allow you to harvest the most green gems possible. And this will be the same for all the other gems as well. Now I will show you how to find a lot of blue gems in the green zone. So this would be the starting location on the map right now. And the closest spawn for this would be edge 3. But this is just the beginning. If you take a look and you follow this path leading down here, you can see a crazy amount of blue gems right over here. And this would be actually the start of the blue zone. But this is still safely in the green zone. So a lot of blue gems basically everywhere. So this is another insane location. You can see the red gems in the distance. For the landmarks, we are again in the blue zone and we are under a bridge. So we are on the bottom on the blue zone. For the location on the map, we are at roughly 40 lat 68 longitudes. And same thing here, make sure you got some aquatics because I'm pretty sure you're gonna need them. Or maybe you don't, but it's always a good idea. So same thing, easy red gems. Even though they look a little bit different, you know, there's actually a lot here. This is definitely the best spot, at least in the blue zone. So as you can see, how crazy is this? These are red gems in the green zone. Now I will quickly show you how you can easily find them. So to get to these red gems, this might be a little confusing. So as a starting point, we are at 36.539 with the green charge node in the distance. From here, you would go this way until you see a path leading all the way up. So take a right and go inside here. And yes, you can get all the way up here on foot. The only thing that you need are some climbing picks, so you can climb this wall, or of course use a rock dig and the healing. And as you can see, we have some very nice easy red gems here. Location for this would be 3536. So if you want to farm the mod load of red gems, this is where you want to be. Of course you would use a cap and ankylo. Just keep in mind it will need a mushroom brew for the radiation, even if it's an aberrant ankylo. And this is just the starting point. So we start right here, and if we continue this way, you will see how many red gems are really here. So then we take a right, and all the way there is the real model load. Look at this, red gems for days. Okay, next up are plant Z seeds. This is actually extremely useful. So to get these, what you need to do is you need to find one of these plants, and then you basically have to wait until it does like a animation. So you just have to wait until this plant busts a nut, and about 1 minute later it will do his animation just like this. Bust a nut. And here will reward you with one of these. And the particular location of this one is at 2960. To actually find this might be a little bit of a challenge. So if you go outside here, right, there's a charge node right here. The location for this charge node is at 40.4. So let's say that you're just getting started with a Ravager, for example. What you can do is make a zip line all the way up here. And if you go inside, you will see a lot of metal. So if you take a look inside, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably about 20 metal nodes inside. So an excellent starting metal. So to get these concealed gas balls, you need to place a gas collector on top of a gas vein. And over time, this will create gas balls. I will have all the locations for these on the map right now. Okay, to find the mother load of the gas veins, you want to start here. So this is like edge 3, the beginning of the blue zone. And to easily find it, simply run up this ramp. So I'll give like a low perspective. Very easy. And once you reach this, you will take a right. Just be careful of the spores. You will need aquatic mushrooms or a hazmat suit. And then you can see all these gas collectors. There's like 10 of them in just this area. Location on the map is at 4663. So to get rare flowers and mushrooms, it is quite easy. The only thing you have to do is find red mushrooms And then you can do, for example, with the R2 attack, you can see we're getting even rare mushrooms, aquatics, you know, all the types. And if you're lucky, you will also get some rare flowers, but that seems to be much more rare. As you can see right now, we just gained rare flowers. So this is basically your one-stop shop for mushrooms, flowers, and all the different types of mushrooms as well. And the location for this one is on the screen right now. Okay, if you want to get a lot of oil in the green zone, then this is the best method. It will take a little bit of preparation, but it will be well worth it. So, you will need a Ravengers and some zip lines. The closest spawn for this would be edge 1. And you want to go to the surface. But before you say it is too dangerous, I will show you a trick on how we can do it very safely. So, for the zip lines, you want to place them just like so. If you never used them, this is the best method. First place them where you want it to be. Then simply go on your Ravager, and when you get this crosshair, you want to jump and simply go up. And this is by far the best method on how to get a lot of oil securely and easy. You will see what I mean in just a moment. So, if you do not know, all these rocks are metal, by the way. So not only can you get a lot of metal securely, I will show you how to get a lot of oil as well. So, if you do not know, there are 3 surface areas. This is the best one to get oil, and you will see why in just a moment. So, if you look on your map, it is daytime. You need to do this during the nighttime. So let's fix this real quick. On ASA, when it's 10% day and 90% night, you can even be on the surface without Reaper spawning. And I will have something on the screen right now. So from 5:30 all the way to like 10 o'clock, there will be no Reaper spawning, right? Okay. So from here you want to use a zip line all the way up there. And you can also use climbing picks, but this is just a nice permanent solution. Just wait until you get the green marker. And the servers can be a very dangerous location if you do not know what to do. But in a moment you will see what I mean. So just use a zip line with your Ravager. Just make sure it is actually nighttime, but because if you do this during the day, you will die, and it will not be nice. So we're going to have to use another zip line. Now just place it here. And if you never used Ravengers before, always make sure that you get the cross marker. So you actually jump on the zip line and not on, next to it. So in the distance you can see Reapers. That might look scary, but we are not going to go that far, right? You just want to stick to the left side, and if you go a little bit further, you will already see some oil. So this is all right here. Just mine this, just like so. And this will give you much more oil than all the other locations. Relatively easy. So to get plant X seeds, you need to find these types of flowers. However, if you handpick them, it is a very small chance that you get them. So your best bet would be using a herbivore, a harvesting tame that that collects berries. So if you take a swing at this, you will see, if you take a look in the inventory, we now have 2 species X. So just farm all these plants if you want a lot of them, and on the map right now, we are at 3159. Okay, so this polymer method is the absolute best in the game. To easily find this, what you want to look for, we currently are at 5144. There's a big metal structure here with a path leading all the way down here. So if you go here, there actually are a bunch of polymer plants which you can harvest for a crazy amount of polymer. So if you drop down here, and you can also do this with a whip, I believe. So yeah, this is only on 3 times harvesting. How insane is this? So again, you can pick these up by hand and you get an insane amount of polymer. But wait, even to make this better, what you can do is do this with a dire bear. So there we go. This is a fairly basic dire bear, only 330 melee. Have a look right now. This is absolutely nuts. And the best thing is you can do this really quickly. Look at that. Polymer for absolute days. And there are a bunch of these plants. I'm already too heavy. Look at this. Crazy amount of polymer. So the location for this would be 53.4, 46. Okay, to easily get a lot of black pearls, you would want to start on this location. So this is the beginning of the blue zone, and then you want to aim for these trees. You know, you see the spine in the distance, so the location for this on the screen right now. And now I will quickly show you how to get a lot of black pearls. So this will only take like 1 minute, right? For this you also will need a hazmat, by the way. So as soon as you see this spine, all you gotta do is go straight down. Depending on your, service stability, you might want to take it a bit slower, but I will do this really fast. Then, as soon as you see this skull, you want to go to the left of it, and bam, all these glowing things are black pearls. So if you jump down, alright, you can pick this up. Black pearls, location on the map right now. And if you have access to whips, you could even whip them up by hand. Alright, and you can even do this from the rogue take. So there you go. A lot of black pearls, very easy everywhere here. Okay, if you want to farm a lot of obsidian easy and early, then this is the video for you. So we are in the green zone on this location on the map, and the closest spawn for this is Edge 1 will be the closest spawn. So the only thing that you need is a Revenger. It can be a fairly basic level and some zip lines. So from here you just want to go on this ledge. And trust me, this will be well worth your time. It will take a little bit of preparation, but honestly you will get a lot of obsidian. So be careful that you do not fall off. So if you never used zip lines before, what you need to do is you need to equip them onto your crossbow. Alright? Then from this location you want to aim on this tree line a little bit above it, just like so. And then you want to connect it so you see the green line. Make it so you got a little bit of extra room left. Then jump on your Revenger. And now you need to look for a crosshair. Once you got the crosshair, press the jump button. This will make it so the Revenger will automatically jump on the zipline. If you mess this up, you might fall off, but honestly it is fairly easy. Now jump again. And from here we want to work our way towards this area. Be careful that you do not fall off. And we need to place another zipline. This might look like a lot of work, but honestly it is well worth it, because the only good obsidian locations, the only obsidian locations are in the blue zone. And this is a very safe option. There will be no aggressive dinos. So same thing, jump on. So one thing to keep in mind is while you are doing this, that you only move forward, because as you can see it is a long way down. And if you now would press the jump button, you would jump off this zip line. And trust me, you do not want to do that. So once you are here, take it slow. Make sure that you do not fall off. And in just a moment you will see how much obsidian and other resources that you can find here. Okay, you will see that you find a lot of resources here. So in this example you can see this is even metal. So not only will you find a lot of obsidian here, you will also find a lot of metal. So let's have a quick look. If you move forward a little bit, you will see a decent amount of obsidian right here. Let's have a quick look. There we go, easy obsidian. And the final location for this is at 36 lat, 65 longitude. So for cementing paste you have two options. You have no beaver dams on Aberration. However, if you go to this location, this is the entrance of the surface, and many do not know about this. You actually have a lot of bones which you can harvest with the ankylo. So in this example, right, if we hop on the Yankee, so you can see all these bones on the floor. If you take a swing at them, they will reward you with keratin. You can use this material to easily craft a lot of cementing paste in combination with stone. If this video helped you out, then please consider doing me a massive favor by liking the video and placing a comment. Even if you do not know what to say, just drop a emote. This will help pushing out the video into the algorithm, so thank you.